My name is Christy Miller. I'm the owner of Oakhill Millworks in North Central Indiana. It's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly when I got my start in woodworking. Professionally, I started Oakhill Millworks in 2019, building whatever custom requests I got at the time because I was completely a rookie and just needed to say yes and learn and build. Prior to that, I've been making things my entire life, making messes, making memories, but ultimately making the life that I wanted to live. Started out as a kid. I played in the woods a lot as a kid, looking for materials that somehow wound up out there, old cinder blocks or bricks, the occasional old plank of wood, and I would build forts like it was my day job. That was my happy place. So I feel like my maker journey truly started as a kid in the woods. I had an awesome tree house thanks to my dad. It was originally my brother's. He was quite a bit older. So when he was done with it, I got it. But woodworking and making things in general has always kind of been a part of my life. When I was in high school, I started serving on the stage crew, which was a group of people that built sets for the musicals that the high school was producing. And even as an adult, I went on to be I think my title was set director, perhaps. I had a huge group of parent volunteers that were massively helpful. I did not know how to build everything by any means, but that's where I really dug my hands into envisioning what I want to make, making plans and building it. And I got a lot of creative freedom there, and it was fun because I got to use someone else's budget, and that project of working on musical sets year after year, many years, was truly special to me because there was a big group of people, all volunteers, that wanted to go after the same goal, which was really powerful in life when you can unite a group of people and work together and bring all these little pieces of the puzzle together to form one beautiful production at the end. So that's really memorable. My first real woodworking project for my family is right over here. I'll show you. If I had to pick one project that was the most memorable to me, it'd be this one right here. It's the first thing prior to owning a business. It was 2018 that I built, that I completely designed myself, made a shopping list and a cut list and did it with the tools that I had at the time, not worrying too much about proper ways to build things. And I just went for it. And that's even still something that I sometimes struggle with today, is just going for it, because now I have some very nice tools. And sometimes that can make me feel like what I create with those tools has to be perfect. And my execution of making those things has to be flawless. And that's not reality. Reality is messy. We make mistakes every day, whether it's in relationship or at work. Making mistakes is part of life, and it's a beautiful part of life if we know where to go from there. Making mistakes and just wallowing or forgetting, maybe not so helpful, but if you can learn from your mistakes, there's a lot of value in that. And I made a lot of mistakes on this project, and I learned so much about building through creating this. And I learned so much about myself and what I was capable of. And although there are obvious flaws in it, now that I know a little bit more about building, I love it. It means so much to me, and I have zero intentions of getting rid of it. Even though the wet lumber that I used has totally cupped and twisted, and joints are pulling apart and knots are showing through the paint. That's life, kinda. I'm imperfect, and as long as I'm doing my best each day to try again or to do a little bit better the next day, that's what matters. There's no doubt that it is more of a challenge for women to be in this field than men because of history. Historically speaking, men served in factories, men worked in the trades, and we're trying to change that, and we're moving the needle. There's challenge that exists there, yes. I can't really claim that I've experienced a great deal of that, especially wearing this shirt on my back that represents an era when women were really stereotyped and really challenged to only work. And instead, when World War II happened, they rose above and served in the positions in the factories when the men went to war. And they proved that they could not only do it, but they proved that they could do it well. That was challenge. I've not experienced challenge to that degree. A lot of the challenge that comes with being a woman in any trade field, I think sometimes is rooted in our own insecurities because we feel different, we look different than the majority of people that are surrounding us, you know? So any challenge that I've experienced has been just negligible, I would say. And I'm saying that to encourage other women to not worry about that stereotype. If you want to be in a field of woodworking or plumbing or welding or be an electrician or whatever you want to do, just go do it and do it well, because there are enough men out there who are happy to clap for us when we do things well. Not that we need that applause, but can we just say we're all going to clap for each other? When we do well, we all want to succeed. I don't think there's really that many people out there who want to have a job and not do well at it. I think we just need to focus less on what gender we adopt and focus more on just doing the job well and lending a helping hand to the other people around you and being someone who uplifts rather than tears down. There's certainly been times, almost always either in a lumber yard or in a big box store, where a guy has seen me trying to get a big sheet of lumber down, which is not easy for someone of my 5'3" stature, and they've offered to help. And I know there are some women out there that see that as threatening. I see it as, yeah, I'm super short. And it's not about my gender. It's about the fact that I'm trying to lift a 3/4 inch full sheet of plywood from 6.5 feet in the air, and it looks hard, because it is. So I welcome the help. And there's certainly been men sometimes that when my husband is with me, that's largely when I feel not great. It's history though. They assume that my husband's the one that works the drill or carries the hammer. No offense, babe, I know you don't know as much. And those guys in the store who look at you and give you eye contact instead of me, maybe that makes them more comfortable, I don't know. I'm like, look at me, and my husband's like, don't look at me, I don't know what this project is, I'm just here for the joyride. Those moments are frustrating, but they don't have to be threatening. We as women need to work to educate people and show that we're just here to do a job. We enjoy doing the job, and we'll work alongside whoever. It's not about gender for us. It's just about we want to get our hands dirty. We want to do work we love, and we hope that we're working with people who also love what they do, because it just makes for a better experience for everyone. But that was a long-winded answer. Sorry. We as women need to try our hardest to be confident in this role that we've chosen for our lives. When we're confident in who we are, we don't have to be so insecure of what other people might be thinking when they see us with the work clothes on or see us running the power tools. If they have comments, it's likely a generational thing. That's how they were raised, that's what they're used to. Give some grace, provide some insight, and you might just make a friend. I think there are a lot of different strengths that women can bring to the field of woodworking, communication being a big one. I know that if you're doing custom jobs, you're working closely with people, and people want to know that they're in good hands. People want occasional updates for how their project is going, if it's going to be something that takes you weeks to months to create. And I think women are really good communicators, and I think we have an easier time sending that quick email to just update clients. Hey, going great, just wanted to check in and let you know that all's going according to plan. We'll be wrapped up in the next 2 weeks, something like that. So I think communication, whether it's dealing with clients or being a part of a team, is a strength that women bring to woodworking in every field, if we're being honest. If I had to give one piece of advice to women or young girls or whoever wanting to get into the field of woodworking or making anything, I would strongly urge you to not spend too much time on your phone looking at what other people are doing. You might tell yourself that it's for inspiration, but I promise you, at some point, seeing what everyone else is doing and how they're doing it eventually is going to mess with your mindset. Please just start with something, anything. It can be super basic. Build something that you want to build. Keep your eyes on your own paper. Build it how you know how to build it. Make it work. And then experience it. Analyze what you made. You will be inspired by your own work to say, okay, that was easy. It could be a stronger joint if I try it this way. I could get a tighter glue-up seam, maybe if I try it this way, but there's just something about constantly consuming what other people are doing that I think puts us in that state of analysis paralysis, and it keeps us from just doing. And we have to act and let ourselves make mistakes. Embrace the mistakes. Since I started, I've always said, become friends with failure, because failure is really not what we were taught it is our entire lives. If you can learn to become friends with failure, you're gonna do well for yourself, because if you think about it, not even starting something that you want to grow into is kind of already failing. Whereas if you just start and allow yourself to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes, you are making progress. You are not failing, and you will get better, and you will learn and grow and kick booty. So yeah, if you're a young woman or an older woman or any type of person, gender doesn't matter. The most important thing is just start. To all the women out there who build, thank you. You're shaping the world.